If you're constantly watching videos, downloading app, and listening to gurus in order to become more productive, but nothing is quite working, this video is for you, because I'm going to show you why the traditional notion of productivity is wrong, and more importantly, what specific changes and things to focus on in order to really level up your productivity like crazy. I have taught this framework to hundreds of entrepreneurs, and on average, they become 3 times more productive. Welcome back. My name is Castillo, founder of Selfmastered, 7-figure performance training company. We help entrepreneurs just like you scale without any procrastination, overwhelm, burnout. How? By teaching you performance protocols that are based on actual science and tracked with all the data. So, they work. They make you productive, focus, flow states, all that stuff, we guarantee it. Now, before we got into the video, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss out on any of the juicy stuff that we are cooking for you. So this video is about what productivity actually is, because this does not get discussed enough. In fact, nobody really understands this. At least I haven't really watched many videos that really understand how productivity works and how to become productive. Productivity is nothing else than a ratio between inputs and outputs, between how much you work and how much you get from that work. If I get 1 unit of work and I get 1 unit of results, I am less productive than if I put 1 unit of work and I get 5 results, right? Productivity is just an outcome between inputs and outputs. And you cannot train an outcome. You can train for an outcome. You become productive by understanding every element that goes into becoming productive. The problem is that there's this pervasive hustle culture that is focused on maximizing one side of this equation, which is the side of the inputs. It's telling us work hard, grind, volume negates log, work as hard as you can, the hardest worker in the room always wins. And that is terrible advice, because that is only going to lead you to burnout. The most elite entrepreneurs are not the hardest working, are those that have the most clarity, the most leverage, the most discipline and effectiveness, and of course, self-belief when doing what they do. In other words, the most productive entrepreneurs are not trying to become more productive. They're trying to be the best they can be. They're focused on performing at their absolute best, which leads me to the next point. In order to become more productive, you need to minimize the amount of inputs and maximize the amount of outputs. And how do you do that? Well, after coaching hundreds of entrepreneurs, it always boils down to 5 things. One is clarity, is knowing exactly what you should be working on and why. This is supremely important because most entrepreneurs are doing too much in a so-so manner, not really having any meaningful result. They're not able to prioritize the things that are really important. So they end up doing 1,000 things in a mediocre way. Having clarity about the number one thing that you have to work on in order to become widely productive is going to be the first step, right? Knowing exactly what to do and who you need to become in order to do that thing. Because oftentimes we may know what to do, but we don't intrinsically believe this is for us. Our identity is not wrapped around the task that we know we need to do. So we end up gravitating towards easy work, doing the things that do not pertain to what we want to achieve, right? And that is super common. So step number 1 is clarity. It's understanding what is the thing that really matters. If I put a lot of suboptimal inputs into the equation, I'm going to get suboptimal outputs. But if I really find the top 1% of things that matter most, I'm going to have 99% of the results. Which leads me to second skill, which is doing it in the most effective manner, which is a leverage thing. Leverage is anything that affects the input-output relationship of that equation. It is a force multiplier. It is what allows you to get more bang for your buck. Let's say, for instance, that I'm trying to do marketing. A low leverage way of marketing myself will be writing tweets, because tweet is something that lasts less than 30 seconds in someone's timeline. There's not much information that I can convey, and it's more like stream of consciousness thought that is not really directed towards bringing me business. But a very highly leveraged thing that I can do is create YouTube videos just like this, because they live forever on the platform, are searchable through SEO, and allow me to convey my ideas in depth. This is the difference between low leverage and a high leverage marketing channel. And this is why every time I work with entrepreneurs, we sit down to try to understand exactly what is the thing that is most effective for them at this moment in order to scale their business. So the second thing you got to do is to understand how to leverage yourself to the max, because every entrepreneur has 24 hours in their day, but some people have 200 billion of net worth. How's that possible? They're not working 200 billion times harder than someone who doesn't have them. No, they're 200 billion times more leverage, right? We're not going to get into leverage in this video, but it's for you to realize that he who masters leverage eventually ends up mastering productivity. Now, number 3 is not doing it consistently. So it's very easy to know what to do, have clarity on the what and the how, right? But then you're not disciplined. Then you don't do it consistently. And if you don't do things consistently, you do not improve over time, because you don't get qualitative feedback that allow you to really become better. The best results in life are always delayed. You do not see the compounding effect of your action until later down the line. So if you are inconsistent, you're hurting yourself. You're basically stealing the ability to see the results for your effort. So that's a big one, because when you are doing too many things, you're hustling and grinding and all this stuff, you are doing a lot of things in a very dispersed manner. So you're not disciplined in doing the things that matters most. So you end up really wasting your potential. Now, number 4 is not doing it efficiently, which is a focus problem. And I see this so many times, right? Right now, we are living in an environment in which we are bombarded with technological inputs that assault our senses. And if we're not careful, we are going to develop the attention span of a goldfish. This is the latest research that I read. Most people cannot really hold their attention for more than a few seconds. So even if you're clear on what to do, you know the most effective manner to do it, you are disciplined doing it every day, you still need to focus. You still need to access deep states of flow and deep work that allow you to create high quality work. So this is something you need to train, because you can train yourself to focus. The average client we work with ends up being able to focus 90 minutes to 120, so 1 hour and a half to 2 hours, and within 3 months they're focusing 6 to 7 hours every single day. What do you think that helps them achieve in business? Well, you guessed it, they tend to double or triple their business. It's not magic, it's just the ability to focus on what matters most. And then finally, and this is a huge point, is 5, not believing you can do it, right? Not having the necessary self-belief to do what you know you need to do. The technical term coined by Albert Bandura, a psychologist, is self-efficacy. It's your ability to figure things out, to navigate obstacles and setbacks to eventually achieve your goals. And this is a key characteristic of entrepreneurs. There's plenty of research that discuss how the psychological profile of the average entrepreneur is more geared toward high efficacy, because otherwise, if you don't really believe you can figure things out, you will not persevere. So these are the really 5 things that you need to master in order to become insanely productive, which is clarity on what to do, leverage, so how to become more effective, consistency, how to do it every single day so you can gather feedback and improve over time, efficiency or focus, how to deliver high quality work by not getting distracted, and finally, self-belief or self-efficacy, to do it every single day and don't doubt yourself. And all of those things are performance skills, are the kind of thing that you have to learn in order to become more productive and really achieve success in anything you want to do in business. Now, this is not something that gets discussed quite a lot, and this is why not many people train them, but those that do win, right? In fact, I'm so convinced of this that I built a company around it. So if you are consistently downloading apps, if you are watching 1,000 different videos on productivity, but nothing is quite changing, it's not really your fault, because you likely lacked until today the framework by which to gauge how productive you are being. If I work one day in my life and I can achieve a month worth of results because I spend it in a flow state, I'm going to win because my productivity is through the roof. And if I'm able to do that with supreme clarity on the thing that is most important, with a lot of leverage available so I can multiply my results, I do not falter, I'm consistent, I believe wholeheartedly that I can achieve the things, and I'm performing, as I said, in a flow state, I'm going to win. This is why we're winning, right? This is how our clients do what they do, right? So if productivity is not working for you, it is not your fault, because the average understanding of productivity is just flawed. It's not about doing more. It's about doing as little as you can, but still maximize the output, right? Because productivity is not about doing less. It's about doing less, but achieving more. The ratio is really what matters. If you want our help with this, book a call with us. I can make you, on average, 3 times more productive. See you in the next video.